Dark cabin lights flicker. Above the clouds, a massive metal wing slices through the cold night air. 239 people are on board. Within minutes, every single one of them will vanish from the radar. In Beijing, a wife waits at the arrival gate for her husband. She holds a paper sign that will never be seen. Her long vigil is just beginning. For hours, civilian and military controllers searched the empty radar screens. No panic calls were sent. No emergency beacons active. The night is perfectly quiet. One day, a fragment of metal will wash up on a distant beach. It bears the mark of a flight that simply ceased to exist. Deep in the Southern Ocean, a silent arc of satellite signals holds the key. But the black boxes are gone. What we know is this: the plane flew for hours in complete darkness. No passengers called for help. No cockpit alarms reached the ground. The machine simply flew until its fuel tanks were dry. It is an event that defies modern technology. The flight departs from Kuala Lumpur International Airport at 41 minutes past midnight. The date is March 8, 2014. The heavy jet climbs smoothly into the dark sky. This specific aircraft is a twin-engine Boeing 777-200ER. It carries the registration 9MMRO. The records show it is a highly reliable machine. It has accumulated 53,465 hours of flight time. It has completed 7,526 flight cycles before tonight. There are no reported mechanical issues before takeoff. On board are exactly 239 people. This includes 227 passengers and 12 crew members. 2 infants are among the travelers. The manifest shows a diverse group of passengers. Most are from China. Specifically, 153 Chinese citizens are on the manifest. Another 38 passengers are Malaysian citizens. All 12 crew members are Malaysian. In the cockpit, 2 experienced pilots guide the heavy jet into the night sky. The flight is entirely routine. The weather is clear. The aircraft climbs to 35,000 feet. Cabin services begin. For 38 minutes, nothing seems out of the ordinary. The passengers rest in the dark cabin. Many are sleeping. It is a peaceful journey. The transition between air traffic control zones is a critical moment. At 19 minutes past 1 in the morning, the cockpit speaks to the controllers. "Good night, Malaysian 370. These are the final words heard from the plane. The voice is quiet. Acoustic analysis suggests it belongs to the captain. 2 minutes later, the aircraft approaches a waypoint over the South China Sea. The point is named Igari. Suddenly, the Mode S transponder is deactivated at 21 minutes past 1. The plane disappears from civilian secondary radar screens. No distress signal is sent. There is only silence. Military radar paints a different picture. The heavy jet makes a sharp left turn. It flies back over the Malay Peninsula. It passes close to Penang Island. It flew under manual control. It travels northwest along the Strait of Malacca. At 22 minutes past 2, the final military radar return fades. It is 200 miles northwest of Penang. The aircraft is heading toward the Andaman Sea. It is far from its path. It is flying fast. The system changes, suggests a deliberate attempt to hide. As news of the disappearance breaks, investigators look for immediate threats. They discover a security breach. 2 passengers boarded using stolen passports. One was Austrian. The other was Italian. Interpol identifies the men as 2 young Iranian citizens. They are 19 and 29 years old. However, criminal background checks reveal no ties to terror groups. There is no evidence of a criminal plot. Then, experts examined the cargo manifest. The aircraft carried exactly 10,806 kilograms of freight. This cargo included 4,566 kilograms of fresh mangosteens. It also included 2,453 kilograms of electrical accessories. Within this shipment were 221 kilograms of lithium-ion batteries. These batteries were packaged according to standard guidelines. They were not designated as dangerous goods. However, some suspect a cargo fire occurred, but there is no evidence of a sudden emergency broadcast. A fire would have damaged the frame quickly, yet the aircraft kept flying for hours. This suggests the electrical systems were selectively deactivated by someone inside the cockpit. The mystery remains deep. The aircraft was gone from radar. Yet, It was not entirely silent. At 25 minutes past 2, a satellite data unit on the plane attempts to log back onto a satellite network. This is the Inmarsat satellite communications network. The system has rebooted. For 7 hours, this unit exchanges automated signals with a satellite over the Indian Ocean. These signals are known as handshakes. Scientists analyze the timing and frequency of these pings. They examine two main parameters. These are the burst timing offset and the burst frequency offset. They calculate the distance from the satellite. This creates a series of circles. The data reveals a startling path. The aircraft turned south. It flew for hours over empty water. At 19 minutes past 8, a final, incomplete transmission occurs. The signal is abnormal. Experts believe the engines ran out of fuel. The engines flamed out. As the backup power started, the satellite terminal made one last call. Then, the power died permanently. The final arc of these signals became the primary search area. It is a vast stretch of the southern Indian Ocean. This area is known as the Seventh Arc. The search is the most expensive in aviation history. Ships map over 120,000 square kilometers of deep ocean floor. They use high-resolution side-scan sonar and multi-beam bathymetry. They scan depths down to 6,000 meters. They find nothing. The first physical clue arrives from the sea itself. In July 2015, a large piece of debris washes ashore on Reunion Island. It is a starboard wing flaperon. The markings match the missing Boeing 777. Later, another wing section is found on Pemba Island in Tanzania. It is an outboard flap section. It bears the specific part and serial numbers matching the missing aircraft. The physical evidence offers a breakthrough. Scientists study the mature goose barnacles growing on the Reunion flaperon. They analyze the oxygen and carbon isotope ratios in the growth rings of the barnacle shells. This chemical signature helps reconstruct the sea surface temperatures the debris experienced during its long drift. It is a new way to trace the path backward. This microscopic data provides a map of the ocean currents. But the ocean is vast. The origin remains hidden. How did the flight end? Metallurgical analysis of the recovered wing flaps reveals they were fully retracted inside the wing. Underwing gouge marks and fracture lines on the internal drive mechanisms support this. This is a vital clue. A pilot attempting a controlled ditching would extend the flaps to slow down. The retracted position suggests the aircraft was not configured for a landing. The impact was likely sudden. One theory suggests a sudden loss of cabin pressure. The crew and passengers were incapacitated by hypoxia. The plane flew on autopilot as a ghost flight until the fuel was gone. Another theory points to the cockpit. Investigators analyzed a custom home flight simulator owned by the captain. Forensic experts recovered a deleted flight path from February 2, 2014. The simulated route was run on Microsoft Flight Simulator X. This simulated path departed Kuala Lumpur. It flew past northern Sumatra. Then it turned left to the south. It ended in the southern Indian Ocean, near where the plane is believed to have crashed. It is a striking similarity. Yet, official investigators noted there was no evidence of behavioral or psychological changes in the captain. No theory has been proven. The truth remains buried in the deep ocean. The massive search operations officially ended. The main fuselage of the aircraft has never been found. The flight recorders remain lost in the deep. Hydrophones in the ocean recorded acoustic signals on the night of the disappearance. However, scientists concluded these were natural seismic events. They were not the sounds of an impact. In 2018, a private company ended its search. In 2024, discussions of a new search on a no-cure, no-fee basis occurred. No active search is underway. The families of the 239 missing people are left with questions. The wife waiting in Beijing still has no answers. Her life was altered forever on a quiet night in 2014. The records remain open. The files are silent. The ocean continues to guard its secrets. The ocean holds its secrets closely. A giant machine carrying hundreds of lives can still vanish from our modern, connected world. We are left to wonder what occurred in the quiet space between the final radio call and the first dark turn. Did a sudden mechanical failure disable the crew? Or did a deliberate hand guide the aircraft into the empty southern sky? Tell me your thoughts below. Next on Unsolved Echoes, The mysterious lights that guided a lost ship into a rocky reef.